Hey guys, it's Michelle, and you know what time of year it is. It is time for some spring cleaning, and today we're going to tackle my closet. I know if you guys have been following me for a long time, you've seen me do this again and again, but I like to clean out my closet kind of like seasonally, sometimes twice a year, sometimes 4 times a year, sometimes even more than that. But every single time that I do it, you guys seem to really enjoy it, and I love filming these types of videos. I love watching these types of videos. So I decided, hey, why not? We're gonna take you guys along with my organizational process again today. And this time around, it's especially exciting because I'm moving to New York soon, and we really need to condense that wardrobe. We really need to organize and clear out so many of the things that I don't wear. And especially going into the warmer months now, I am in a pickle because I have had the biggest metamorphosis in style since last summer, so this time last year, and I don't really like the majority of my summer clothing. So should be interesting, should be fun, and I'm excited to bring you guys along. So why don't we just hop into it? My wardrobe's there, it's waiting for me, and we got our work cut out for us today. All right, so truth be told, I have done some light sorting lately, so I have a pile of things that I want to get rid of, so I'll definitely walk you guys through that. But it's kind of messy in here and definitely needs some TLC. I've started to move all the stuff that I do wear regularly and does still inspire me closer to the front of my wardrobe, while all the things that I'm unsure about or just don't like, I've kind of started to move back in my wardrobe just to see if I miss that stuff, if I still reach for that stuff, or if they continue to stay banished in the back of my wardrobe. It's really tricky because I honestly feel like right now that like none of my clothes are cool enough to go to New York. And I know that's not the case and that you can wear whatever, but I honestly am in a little bit of a crossroads here with my style because I'm just like, I do not want to be caught in public wearing a lot of these clothes. Okay, I found the first thing that I think officially has to go. It is this romper. It's so cute, but it is so ridiculously short. And I don't know about you guys, but I used to have this thing for just wearing things that literally had my butt sticking out all the time. But this is just not something I feel comfortable anymore. It also has a very plunging neckline, and truth be told, this kind of style just isn't me anymore. I used to be way more like super classically girly and frilly and florally, and I just don't feel like that's me anymore. So we're getting rid of it. It's also a little bit too basic for me, and I'm kind of trying to like transition into just a little bit more like fashiony. And I got a comment last time I did one of these videos that was saying like, oh, it makes me so sad to hear about you like worrying so much about things being trendy or things being fashionable, and you should just wear what you want to wear. This is me basically saying, I don't want to wear this. This does not make me feel inspired. This does not make me feel happy. This doesn't make me feel like me. I use terms like this might be too trendy or this might not be fashionable enough for me because that is the type of style I'm trying to curate for myself, not because I'm worried about what people think. Like, this is totally about like what makes me feel like myself and what makes me feel inspired. This is not personal. If you like this, that's great, that's fine, but this is just me talking about my own personal style. And that comment made me so irritated because this process of me clearing out my wardrobe isn't for anybody else but for me. This is trying to curate my collection to be something that makes me feel inspired and creative and beautiful and myself, and it just annoys me when people think that I'm trying to like, I don't know, please society or something like that, because that's not the case, trust me. So moving on. Although it is intimidating to be moving to New York and having like the fashion scene be so above and beyond what I feel like I have right now, it's also really exciting for me because living in Montana, I do feel very limited as to what I feel comfortable wearing, because it's definitely not a place where fashion is very experimental. So I'm really excited to be like inspired and to be able to try things out that I might not have if I continue to stay here. So I'm very excited about that as far as my wardrobe goes and revamping my style. So should be a crazy fun adventure, fun fashion adventure. All right, we're gonna get rid of this leather jacket. It's from Forever 21, and there's nothing wrong with it. I just got a new leather jacket last fall that I wear so much more. It's my go-to leather jacket, and I definitely don't need two. And this one always has smelled kind of weird to me and just doesn't have a very nice texture. It's definitely a very cheap faux leather jacket, so we're saying goodbye to this old guy. I just cleared out my summer bottoms drawer, and it was a very easy process to sort out. I just recently picked up this beautiful pair of vintage high-waisted denim shorts, and it's just the most perfect pair of shorts I could ever ask for. They're by Red Sand, and they were $21, which is like a lot for used clothes, but I bought this in a vintage store that was like very easy to sort through. So it's just a little bit easier of a shopping process than Goodwill, and I still thought that was a killer deal. So I have these for the summer. I got these at Goodwill last summer, and I love these. They're by Bum, and I'm obsessed with them. They do have a hole in the crotch, which is not a big deal. It's just a tiny little hole right here. And I need to have my mother help me sew these before I leave for sure. So those two pairs of shorts will definitely be making the trip. They're so cute. I have this super cute Brandy Melville denim skirt, which I feel like I would still definitely wear. I have this super cute little corduroy skirt, which I don't know how much I'll wear these this summer, but depending on how much I wear these little A-line skirts, we'll definitely have to reassess the wardrobe next season, but I still think they're super cute. Still think they're my style, so we shall see how much I turn to them this summer. So I have this pair of super cute black silk line and dot shorts, and they have this little like bow tie thing, and I still think these are so cute. The only thing is with silk is that you have to dry clean it, I think, or you hand wash it in cold water or something, which kind of can be a pain in the ass, and then also it wrinkles very easily. So, but yeah, these are really expensive, really nice, and I got them on super sale, so I'm keeping them. There's no way I'm getting rid of these guys. I also do have this adorable pair of culottes, silk black culottes, and these are definitely staying. These are by Joie, and I also got these on super sale, so we're keeping these, although they're very stained with like some sort of ice cream. I definitely need to dry clean these, and they get really wrinkly, but I love them, and they look so cool. And actually when they're on, they don't look as wrinkly as they do when they're just hanging out. I'll actually put these in a pile for dry cleaning, I think, because those definitely need to be dry cleaned. These aren't real silk, but I still think these could be really cute, but we'll see. They're kind of a cool cut, and this color could look really, I don't know, cool. So we'll see if I turn for these. I have not worn them yet, so that might be a sign that they might not get any love, but we'll see. I love this midi skirt still. I just think that it's so cute. It's a really good length. It looks kind of too awkwardly short when I just hold it up, but it's actually so cute and just, I feel like very Parisian, and I think it still holds up, and I've owned this for ages. And I feel like this skirt is still like, I don't know, it might be too short actually. I don't know, I feel like the cut on this makes me want to keep it, but yeah, we'll see if I actually, this is kind of like a maybe. It's from H&M, and I don't know, I feel like the cut makes it look less of that like skater skirt style, but we'll see if I end up having that stick around. And then of course my faves, these adorable short rolls. What I did end up getting rid of were just a few things. I ended up getting rid of these denim shorts that were way too tight and just not the style that I like anymore. These also, look how tiny, they literally look like underwear. This skater skirt, because need I say more, and this bodycon skirt, which I got for like a business thing, but I just would wear trousers now for any business events. I would not wear that. These shorts, just because they're not that comfortable, and I don't like how they're super low rise. And then these, because they're just not me anymore. So getting rid of these. So good progress is being made. So this is my winter, I guess, winter bottoms drawer. These are 3 pairs of trousers. I have 2 pairs of jeans here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 here. And then, of course, I'm wearing a pair of jeans today. Yes, I do have, like, the basics, but I live in jeans, and I always convince myself, like, oh, you have enough pairs of jeans. So that's something to consider. Like, when I go out shopping for probably the fall time, I think I could invest in a couple new pairs of jeans that are obviously, like, different in style and wash, so that's good to know. But I'm happy with how much space I have in there. I did get rid of this pair of H&M jeans that I did wear a ton, but they're just not that high quality, and the zipper kind of starts zipping down on me. They might be too tight, they might just not have a good zipper, but those are going. I've decided to ditch, don't mind the makeup on my hand and the dog next to me, but I've decided to ditch all of these long sleeves for one reason or another. I just never wear them, even though they're like perfectly fine. I think it's just like the sizing and the cut of them, and they're just like, yeah, just I never reach for them. And I love stripes, but just not these in particular. So update, I am super proud of myself because I downsized my pajama / loungewear stash by a huge amount. I just started thinking about like what I actually wear, and it turns out there were quite a few pieces I was hoarding, and I was thinking, I was like, are you gonna take this to New York and like want to walk around in front of your roommate in this? And I was like, that's a no from me, kids. I put in some sweatshirts and sweatpants that I usually wear for sleeping or lounging around in here. And I think because it's not as crammed, it'll just be so much easier to turn to. Before, everything was just so like tightly like packed in that it was just impossible to find anything. So I think now that there are only like literally 3 sweatshirts and a pair of sweatpants, it's like super easy to get into. These pajamas that are scattered here are the only ones that I need to put in this empty bin, and then I downsized all of my spring and summer pajamas into just this one bin. Since I only have these 2 little piles of spring and summer stuff, and this stuff is pretty like organized, like I'm sure I might get rid of a few things when I'm packing to go to New York, when I actually like realize like, hey, I don't actually wear this that much, or I don't really love it anymore. But for the most part, these piles are things that I actually love. So since I only have these 2 little piles of summer stuff, I added this pile of like all my sleep shirts because it just made more sense to have them out here instead of in the bins that I put up here. Do you guys ever get into moods where you're just like, I just don't like anything that I own? Because that's me right now. Like, I'm putting together like this stack of sweaters and I'm just like, boring, boring, basic, tired of it, bored. And I know it's like just the mood I'm in today, where I literally am just like, can I just get rid of everything and start from scratch? But I know that I can't get rid of everything because that would be very wasteful, and I do like a lot of the clothes that I have, and they can just be like refreshed in a different way of like styling or whatever. But I'm so just like over everything right now. It doesn't look as perfectly folded as I would like, but it does in fact look a lot better. So I decided to fold lighter sweaters, or even just sweaters that would be appropriate for spring when it's still cold out, because there's still some days where it gets really chilly, like for this big guy. So I put all the sweaters that I might still wear in spring in this pile right here, and then the rest of my sweaters I just refolded and packed further away. Here I have plaid shirts and long sleeves, and then here are all of my summery tops. Organized the undie drawer, tossed out a bunch of old raggedy panties, so feeling good. I think I'm going to get rid of these blazers because they're all really awkward lengths. Like, I'm into a blazer, but I think the whole boyfriend blazer is definitely more my speed. So I don't really have a use for these guys. And then this floral blouse. But there's just this triangular cutout on the chest that just I'm not really feeling anymore. And I haven't worn this since like last spring. So bye! I feel like a genius because I just realized that I should put leggings and like lounge pants that I wear regularly in my bottoms drawer, because I had the space and I didn't have the space in my workout drawer. And now it's so much more spacious. Excuse the leaf blower sound outside or weed whacking that's going on, but I thought it might be fun to include a Q&A question that I received last time I did a video like this. Somebody asked me to do a video all about my current style and what I'm like reaching for these days, because during these videos I typically talk about like this isn't me, and she was just curious about what me is. And as much as I would love to make a whole video dedicated to that stuff, I don't think anyone would really watch it. Maybe someday I'll spin it some way that like it would get a lot of engagement, but I feel like if I did like a my style video, as much as that would be so fun, I'm just gonna have to incorporate this question into this video. I thought that would work and make this video a little bit more fun. So let's see. My style, I feel like obviously like my style is going to evolve and change depending on the stages of life that I'm in. Like right now I think I'm definitely in an in-between zone where I am transitioning into a time where I'm going to go through a lot of changes. So I don't want to limit myself by saying that like I'm always gonna dress this way. I definitely like to experiment with lots of different styles. Like I definitely have a more preppy side to my style, a more just like laid back casual side with classic feminine pieces, and then I definitely have a more like grungy and quirky side. I think that if I described my style in one sentence, it would be, I said this before in vlogs past, but if I had to describe my style in one sentence, it would probably be classy French lady with a touch of hipster weird. And I just think that that's very accurate, because I love just everything like clean cut, classy, anything very like French street style inspired, French vintage inspired. But then I just love like a little like sprinkle of that hipstery pixie dust on top, because I tend to get really bored with clothes very quickly, so I don't like to put myself in a box by being like, oh, I'm only gonna wear this type of clothing. I love to like mess around, and kind of a fun fact about me is that I love being unpredictable, even though I feel like I have a very I could be perceived as being predictable and having like a very established personal brand, but I love like thinking outside the box, surprising people. I love playing around with fashion. I love having fun with fashion, obviously wearing basics today, but yeah, I do love those classic staples. I love a good stripe. I love some solid denim. So yeah, I just really like the juxtaposition of those classic pieces with just an extra something something. There's not really one category that I would pigeonhole my style as, I guess, because I can be preppy, I can be modern, I can be vintage, I can be grungy, I can be classy, like I can be all of those things. And I think that a lot of the time as women, we get pressured to kind of just be one type of woman, when you don't have to be that at all. You can be whatever you want to be in this world, and if one day you want to like roll up in some Vans and some ripped up jeans, and then the next day you want to wear like a frilly dress and some heels, by all means, life's too short. So that's kind of what I have to say right now about the stage of style that I'm in. But I think that as I get older, what I love is I become so much more specific and so much more confident with the pieces that I pick out from my wardrobe, and I can automatically be like, that's not me, that's not me, that's me, that's me. Whereas before, when I was younger, I would just kind of grab a whole heap of clothes from Forever 21, and just because I thought they were cute, or kind of cute even sometimes, I would buy them, even though they didn't necessarily make me feel the most like myself or the most confident. So that's what I've really enjoyed about the process of getting older and continuing to kind of clear out and curate my personal collection. So I hope that was an interesting little segment of this video. So that concludes my closet organization video, you guys. I really hope you enjoyed coming along with me while I tackle sorting through my wardrobe yet again. If you did enjoy it, please give this video a thumbs up and comment down below if you're tackling spring cleaning. I'd love to hear any tips that you have for organizing your wardrobe, or just spring cleaning in general, or tips for when you're feeling a little bit blah about your wardrobe, because clearly I'm suffering from that a little bit. Thanks so much again for watching, guys, and of course, don't forget to subscribe! Woo!